Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. Today's video is titled, You Can Do This. You can do this. So I'll see some people coming on here. Let's wait for a little bit for them to get on. I always love seeing if it's live. I'm on a roll today because I just got done finishing doing a training for MDC, which was really fun, and I actually just loaded that up on my YouTube channel as well. I don't see any comments, so there it is. So, hi Norma, hi Craig, thank you very much. Jennifer, really looking forward. So again, the title for this one is You Can Do This. And I just want to start out by saying to each and every one of you that, if someone's already done it, then they can tell you you can do it, right? So if you look at someone that's already accomplished what you would like to do in your life, this business is really, really, really simple. And believe it or not, a lot of stuff in life is very, very simple. Hi, Pat. Hi, Kai. Lisa, Victor, Norma again, Peter, John, Dustin, Melody. Love you guys. Hi, Pam. Hi, Jennifer. Again, one of the best things you could do for me is I just want to get this message out to everyone. So, the first thing that I want you to know is you look at your life. I want you to just take a snapshot of your life. And when you really look back, you look at all the stuff that you already learned how to do. So, hi, Raymond. Hi, my lovely wife. Hi, Ed. And one of the things you got to realize is we all learn to walk and talk. And I always go through this little thought in my mind, even though you're probably too young to remember, you're crawling or you're, on your hands and knees, and all of a sudden you see mom and dad and then and you're going, man, they get around really, really fast. And I don't know how you can, as a child, process that information, but you sit there and go, wow, they are on two legs instead of four. And so, life is really, really simple. And so what a lot of people won't do as adults that they did as children is just think of the number of times that you tried to get up on a table or a chair and you're trying to walk and you're wobbling all over. And you're the people that took care of you, they didn't like knock your legs out from underneath you. They sort of encouraged you. And they maybe held out two little fingers, for people to grab onto, and you slowly walk them, step by step. And one of the things that I know that a majority of people do, and I say majority, let's talk about 95% of the people do this. And I know this because of not only success books that I've read, but also written. I'm pretty blessed. And you look at it, and the U.S. Census say that, 97% of people by the age of 65 will be dead or dead broke, relying on family, friends, and the government to survive. That is just awful. That's such a large number. And so what we don't realize is when we're young, we're really coachable. We're really teachable. It's like, hey, I want to learn how to walk. I want to learn to walk and talk. I want to learn how to, drive a car. I want to learn to write. I want to learn to read. I want to learn to do stuff. You know what I mean? I want to learn to be independent. So that all of a sudden it's like, hey, one day you go, how can I earn my own money? How can I earn my own money? And you start learning those. Maybe you get a job. Maybe, nowadays, people can make a lot of full-time income just learning to do TikToks or YouTube or now Facebook Reels. But I want you guys to know that there's people already out there. We live in the greatest time in the world where people that are successful are willing to show you how to get there. And so when I stumbled across this industry of marketing, one of the things that I realized immediately is that people actually earn money in the compensation plan that I'm with by showing me what they do. And when I can look up and see, that person's income and that person's documentation, that I'm going, if they make money off me, why don't I just do what they do? And so when we're young, we don't really overthink things. We don't go into this skeptical, asking questions. We don't listen to undocumented people. You know what I mean? So when I learned to drive, the person that showed me how to drive, also I knew I watched him. I watched him drive. I was in the vehicle with him when he drove from one place to another. I knew he knew how to drive. So when I said, hey, can you teach me how to drive? He said, yeah. And I never second guessed it. I never overthought it. Maybe a couple things in my life, I've reached out to people, including this industry, and I go, now, wait a minute. Why do you think I can do this? And they always came from this place of their expertise. They'd say, well, listen, I used to install car stereos, and I also worked at tire stores, putting tires on and off cars. I know you can do this. And I would always go like, really? Oh, yeah. And then they would tell me, listen, I helped this person, I helped this person, I helped this person. And this person was a waitress, and this guy sold pots and pans. And this guy dug holes in the ground. He dug wells, for people that needed a well and for water. This person was, was a flight attendant. And so when I seen that they were doing it, and I seen they also taught other people how to do it, then I'm not an overthinker, And when we get older in life, we become very, very skeptical. We don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe that we're enough. And what we do is we just go, well, maybe they could do it, but I can't do it. And I'm like saying, yes, you can. Why is it that the people that are good at things know you can? Let that soak in a little bit. Why do people that can say, yes, you can? I'll tell you why. Because we never ever stop to think that before they learned to drive, they didn't know how to drive. Before they could walk, they didn't know how to walk. Before they talked, they didn't know how to talk. Before they got a job, they didn't have a job. Before Terry and I got involved in this business, we didn't even know what it was. We're ignorant. Ignorance not a bad name. Ignorance means that we didn't know what we didn't know. And here's the problem with being skeptical and just constantly asking questions and overthinking and saying that you can't do it, is that what you do is because you won't follow instructions, you won't do the simple thing, is you question everything. See what I mean? It's like, this will work for Terry and Robert, but it won't work for me. This will work for Josh and Jenna, but it won't work for me. This will work for Aaron and Kathy Parker, but it won't work for me. This will work for, Candace and Javon Davis, but it, won't work for me. This will work for Tomas Adam and Estevan, his father. It won't work for me. And here's the thing, is you don't realize that everyone that I just mentioned at one time didn't even know what this industry was. Ignorance is not a bad name again. A word. It means that you don't know that you don't know. And so if other people are doing it, and like I've shared with other videos on, roberthollis.com/steps, I did some videos where there's not one or two of us. See, that would be another thing. If there was one or two of us that have made a full-time income at this, then all right, the odds are not too good. But there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of companies that market like this for over 150 years, and they all have one thing in common. There's people in the companies, with those companies, that have actually learned to make a full-time income, whatever your full-time income is. And so I don't know where this came about. I thank God that I never got it, because, I would look at people that, built cars and repaired cars. And I thought if they did it and I learned from them, I can learn from them. wow, I went to the racetrack with them. And, if other people can race a car, why can't I? And if other people can build a car, then why can't I? And so I consistently always seeked out people that knew how to do what I needed to learn how to do, and I would do it. So, even when I started getting in the coaching world and the life, coach world and the blog world and creating content like me and my wife are doing now on other social medias, other than if someone else can do it, I will seek out people that I know that are great at it. And then when I get their information, I just simply do what they do. And so what a lot of people do that are skeptical, so a lot of people that don't believe in this way of doing business, but it's like look at their lives. They should be able to do more. They should be able to give more. They should be able to live a better life than they're currently living. But yet they say, okay, so I'll go to school, I'll get educated, whatever degree or last grade that you gave up on. And then the goal is to go get a job. Have any of you ever worked for somebody else? Do any one of you know of somebody that worked for themselves? You know what I mean? Or got a job? And the answer is yes. But guess what? All the people that have worked for somebody else have in common. You guys are going to love this. Guess what everyone that's had a job have in common? They all work for someone that actually had an idea and created the business themselves. And there's so many people in the world that are successful in doing this line of marketing that I can tell you can do it. It's funny because I just got done with a training for MDC. And it was funny because people are doing chats saying that they really enjoyed it. And right now it's on your YouTube, my YouTube channel. So you can go check out that training. And, and I just posted this thing because I remember that, Adam Sandler, he would do movies and he had this close niche of friends. And a couple of people that do this, but every time they're in a film, the other people are in the film. In fact, they will not do the film or create the film or be a part of the film unless their buddies are in it. And so I don't remember which one is. I know I got a lot of movie buffs on here, but it's probably downloading to me right now, where it was probably, the one with Adam Sandler, and he was, had to learn how to be able to get a degree, so he could take over his father's company, right? And he's got that other actor in him, and he's just yelling all the way through the whole thing. They show him, and he's like, "You can do it. You can do it." And it was this common theme that they had in every one of their movies, that if someone was a star, then the other friends would be in that movie, but somewhere they would have like a small part where they're encouraging each other and going, "You can do it. You can do it." So I ask for you just to sort of realize that if other people can do this, you can do this. No doubt. You just got to dumb it down and get it to the simple parts of something that you can do each and every day. Another one I wanted to throw at you guys is, a lot of you know about this. It's called the Guinness Book of World Records. In fact, they have a website. They also are on social media. And so, I always like their stuff because I love people. I really, truly are inspired and love people that are, they just master one simple thing. And they get on Guinness Book of World Records for, I don't know, never cutting your fingernails. But so I like and comment on those things because I'm inspired by people that pick something and then go all the way through it, right? And so one of the things is it showed a Japanese guy with a samurai sword, and he broke the record of how many of these bamboo things that he sliced in and went to the next one, went to the next one, and went to the next one. And I think the guy right behind him was the person that broke the most walnuts with his forehead. But a lot of us might say, I don't want to do this. Here's the point. You could if you wanted to. And maybe that's the biggest thing. It's like, I said this in another video. Why don't you want a better life? Why don't you want to be in better health? Why don't you want more friends? Why don't you want more freedom? Why don't you want better relationships with a higher power? Why don't you want to be more at peace? Why won't you want to be more in joy? Why don't you want a better life? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Dustin. Melody, thank you so much, Craig. And yeah, Rob Snyder, thank you very much. Yes, you can. And so the reason that we don't want to do things is really just a couple of reasons. Think about this. The reason that you don't want to do something is because you know that you're going to have to go through some uncomfortable times not being good at something. We've talked about this on a lot of other videos. So if you're learning something new, there's a new thing that Terry's seen on TV. What is that called? Cricket ball or something, honey? But it looks like tennis, but it's a pickleball. There it is. And so, we've seen this, and it looks like it's very simple, but I can guarantee you that every one of them, what? Pickleball. And I've seen it. I've seen the other people doing it. I see that they love doing it. Do I think that I would be good at it at the beginning? Probably not. Probably not. But I know one thing, if I had fun with it, which a lot of people don't, I was excited when I got my first job. I was excited when I got involved in this. And guess what? If I wanted to do pickleball, I got to be willing to know that I need to follow someone else that knows how to do it. And I need to stop overthinking, and I need to pick one mentor and see it through. When one of the things that I did when I met one of my mentors, he goes, Robert, just learn to finish something. Just learn to finish something. And there's all these people that get involved in so many things, but they don't finish anything. That's an unsuccessful habit. Get into something and see it through. So even when I do, the greatest miracle in the world and follow that instructions, or, I'm doing some kind of meditation, or I do something where someone says that I need to do it, I know that I need to do it for the disciplined time of the amount of time that they told me to do it. And I know that I'm going to start out not being good, but I know that I can do it. I know that I'm going to get better and better. And in a blink of an eye, I realize that I'm better than average. And when you start getting better than average at this business, you will start being in profit every month. Do you guys realize that it doesn't take a lot? It doesn't take a lot to have a home-based business and My Daily Choice and be in profit. That should be your first goal. What would profit be? Profit would be after your purchase that you make more money, including tax and freight, that you make more money than the cost of that. So say it was $100, or say it was $200. And for you to make $205, I've said this on other videos, is like, that's why when you go to a business, you always see these frames and they have a dollar, that's in that frame. And it's like, what's that dollar for? Oh, that was my first dollar of profit. And so, for you to be comfortable and understand that, hey, if there was a way that I could show you, or I'm learning from a person that showed me how to have another stream of income, and I'm in profit already. What does profit mean? I actually make more a month than I spend on my business. And when you think of a traditional business, that used to be a lot. I mean, rent, inventory, electric bill, utility bills, phone bills, advertising. You got all this stuff. It takes a lot to have a brick and mortar business and get that into profit. In this industry, there's people that will show you step by step on how to do it, me, and I will show you step by step on how to do this. Now, if you're not willing to do the things, if you're not willing to grab my fingers, if you're not willing to take the steps, if you're not willing to feel a little, wobbly, and you fall down, you get back up, and you fall down and you get back up, big deal. So I know you can do this. I love and appreciate you. If no one's ever given you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. I'll look forward to seeing you guys. I'm doing video every day on this Facebook channel, and I thank you, Craig, so much. You guys can look in the comments. And my incredible friend Craig has taken the time to give you a bunch of information on here, and I really appreciate that. So if there's any names I didn't shout out, I'm shouting out now. Chawikawa, Jacqueline, Melody. I love you guys. It won't let me go up any further. But again, Raymond, I appreciate you guys. Dustin, love you. See you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. You can do this.